Hippo, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? It's something I used to think about pretty often. But recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent, jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment I don't really exist, but for some reason I can remember it anyway. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant, and I'm back in my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me, and I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not very pleasant at all to be trapped in that screaming void. But in the end, you always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. So I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you're here with me. Oh, thanks, Monica. I wonder if she's like inviting us to quit the game, and then we'll start it back up again. She's like, okay, don't do it again. I promise the game is over now. You've won. Just don't quit it again. So maybe now that we know her weak point, we can now start exerting a little bit of pressure. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. But I always wonder with her, is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know? Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. Haha. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense thinking about it now, but if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. Oh yes, I drink coffee every day. Jealous bit much? In a screaming void of your own? Yeah, by the way, now we've long crossed past the time. I was hoping we'd be able to do a little second gen tonight with Star Trek the Motion Picture on the Vectrex, but it doesn't look that's not happening anymore, unfortunately. Oh my god. Hey, you know that book you were reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called? It's funny because I'm pretty sure that book... actually, I don't think I should be talking about this. Sorry. Just forget I said anything. Don't worry, Monica, I'm forgetting everything you say. I'm going to talk about all the gens. Seems like our only way out of this, Kappa, is to make to make Monica so jealous. She's just going to go ahead and kill us. Or maybe she'll delete herself out of desperation and anguish. She'll delete herself. You know what's kind of creepy? Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to check. Hang on. I want to check to see what this looks like. Because remember I speculated on that before? The fact that the game still has not ended. I think I do need to check the game files here. So I'm going to do just what she said. I'm going to go into Steam. Click on Doki Doki Literature Club. Where can I get to the file? Here we go. Cog properties. Hey, is it properties or manage? Here we go. Browse local files. Let's see if there's a characters folder. There is a characters folder, and it does have Monica.chr. I'll make a backup of her just in case, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if this is what I have to do. Whoops. What if I rename it to Hippo? Okay, I just renamed it. I just renamed it to me. Can I delete it? Oh, I deleted it. The character's folder is empty. Oh my god, is this what you're supposed to do? What's happening? Hippo, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Hippo. Shigon. Please hurry and help me. Renp file. Monica.chr does not exist. Help me. Renp. Did you do this to me, Hippo? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? Well, clearly I didn't delete you since you're still fucking talking. Please be on your way. You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Hippo. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? Actually, who was hurting who? Let's get the one thing straight there, Monica. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. Yes, she said we won. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Will do, Monica. Will do. Hippo, you completely truly make me sick. Goodbye. And good riddance. Can we get to the main menu? Because... Oh. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? Oh, my friends, I did so many awful things, so many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in, a world that you wanted me to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me, because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... What was it, the yandere or whatever? I've made up my mind. Hippo, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find myself to do it. I wonder what happens if we were to restore the file. Should we try it? Hold on, I want to see what happens. I've restored her file. Let's see what happens. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. And I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, then... Blah, blah, blah. Now we have all three characters, but no Monica? Oh my god. Is that it? Is that it? All the slots are empty. I did restore her character file, but she didn't seem to notice. It's not GG? Ah, damn it. Alright. So what do we have to do, new game? So I wonder how long, now we're gonna have to play with the three of them? Oh my god. Now we're playing with everybody except for Monica. Alright, I guess we gotta pause for buys now. Man, I wonder how long Monica could go if you don't delete her file. Oh yeah, now I'm seeing in the folder, the characters folder, there's Natsuki, Sayori, and Yuri, and no Monica. So now I'm tempted to delete them too. To delete them again. Oh my god. Alright, we'll pause for buys. So we've done the game with all four characters, the 3 minus Sayori, And now we're doing it with the 3 minus Monica. Alright, so let's resume. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that.
Hey, Hippo.
Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day, and recently we've picked up that habit once again.
Hippo, are you proud of me?
For what?
You know, for waking up on time.
Well, you've been doing that for a while now.
Uh-huh, but you never even said anything about it, even though we walk to school together every day.
Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud.
Come on, please. It's good motivation.
Fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Hippo, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm really not... I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time, when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah, I think I've decided on a club.
Really? Which one? Tell me.
I think I'll keep it a surprise.
Boo, you meanie.
Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello?
Hippo? What are you doing here?
Well, I glance around the room.
So you're the Hippo that Sayori's always talking about?
Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Hippo. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit.
Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal.
It's weird how they introduced Girl 2 before Girl 1, by the way.
He's gonna think we're really strict or something.
Sorry, Natsuki.
The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Oh, tell me we're not going to do the whole game, more poems and everything now.
Working? Hippo, don't tell me you're...
That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up.
No way! No way! Ha!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
Well, if Sayori's this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around.
Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become officially recognized club.
I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate.
What an appropriate day for that, isn't it?
Yeah, after all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay?
How about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
Wow, those look amazing.
Huh? Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my general direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything.
As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't hot cup of tea help you enjoy good book?
I guess.
Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri?
That's not.
Insulted Yuri looks away. Okay, this is just continuing to be the same stuff, basically, as the first loop of the game, so I'm going to try now deleting the character files. Let's see if that does anything, so we can stop looping the game.
I meant that, you know.
I mean, I know it's a little bit different without Monica there, but still. I believe you. Well, and tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Oh, let me keep the window open too so I can just see if it puts them back. Okay, no, folder is still empty. No, skip function's not available. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Hippo, what kinds of things you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling good story in such foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She's in the reserve and okay. Can we go until we get some new stuff here? Yeah, so far, I mean, stop me if we haven't seen this stuff before, but it looks like we definitely have. Oh, this might be new, maybe?
However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Hippo?
Maybe.
Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in.
Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun, and we'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right?
I don't disagree or anything.
Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Huh? Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh?
Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one.
Then as for Yuri...
I have to read manga?
Jeez, you were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful.
Hurtful? I didn't realize.
With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself.
I'm sorry for disrespecting interest of you, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's worthy form of literature.
Are you just saying that?
No, I've realized my error. So, if you're willing to consider starting novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding manga to read as well.
Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay?
Same here. Perhaps I'll visit bookstore after club meeting.
Just you?
Would you like to come along with me?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. I always go alone, so
Yeah, me too. This is so cute.
Sayori, shut up.
I'll show you some manga there too, okay?
yes. I look forward to it.
Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food.
Uh-huh. I guess the meeting's over, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along.
Isn't it?
I think everyone likes you too, Hippo. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayori.
Aw, Hippo. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing.
Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine.
We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Hippo, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. Uh-huh. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right, I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Hippo. Huh? I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all of the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this with you. Forever and ever. E-V-E.
No. Well, I already deleted her character file, so this should not be happening.
Huh? What's happening?
I won't let you hurt him.
Who? It hurts. Ah!
I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Hippo. Goodbye, Literature Club. Goodbye, everyone. I can hear you, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi. It's
Hi.
me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song,
You did.
and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
Renpy music playing audio DDLC. .ogg.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun
Oh, there it is. CGLP. Oh, they're deleting the files. That's great. Deleting the images.
When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all?
Oh wow, he did the music too. That's impressive. I think the music was the best part of the game.
Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take your, is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat?
Special thanks to me. Oh wow, I'm in game credits.
Your reality.
Now I've really made it.
If I don't know how to love you,
I'm really interested to see how that was handled on Moby. The credits on Moby
I'll
Games.
leave you be.
Made with Love by Team Salvato. Yeah, the music's great. I thought the music was great. This is my final goodbye to the oh, it's Monica. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members. And most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Error, script filing is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. No, thank you. Move. All right, there we go. That is it. Actually, yeah, before we do that. So after, 8 hours and 37 minutes, Doki Doki Literature Club has been Doki Doki'd. It's been burned to a crisp. There is no more Literature Club. We deleted all the character files. Starting with Monica and continuing on with Natsuki and Yuri. And Sayori. The nightmare is hopefully over. Oh, man. Wait, the stream crashed? Oh, wow. That's funny. That's great. Yeah, maybe Monica really is haunting us from afterwards. So, wow. It's interesting. It's weird playing that as the first... Because I said this yesterday. If I had played like these run-of-the-mill dating sim visual novels or whatever, I probably would have appreciated this more for not only being the parody, but then obviously taking these things in these meta directions and subverting, I guess, player expectations. The problem is I didn't have those expectations because I haven't played these dating sim visual novel sim things before. So on the one hand, I kind of appreciate, I guess, the underlying commentary, but at the same time, I'm probably not in a position to appreciate as much, having not played them before, and B, I still don't think it was like a worthwhile experience, so to say. Like, there's too much like the first half of the game sitting through, I guess, what is more along the lines of the the stereotypical game, which having to sit through it didn't make, even if the game was intentionally doing that, doesn't make it any more pleasant to have to sit through or entertaining. And then sure, like the second half, it got my attention, and I was like, oh, what's exactly going on here? So forth. Got super, super dark. But at the same time, it's not at all interactive. So for me, I mean, that's probably more commentary for me on visual novels generally than on this one specifically. But I just find it very difficult to, forgive me for like in a game wanting to actually have gameplay. I just like, yeah, there's that puzzle at the end with deleting her character file, but that's basically it. I don't know if it's worth sitting over 8.5 hours to get to that point. So I don't know. I can see how this is this is very notable, made some waves. I can understand how it's super divisive. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't know if I necessarily hate it, but it's definitely just not for me. Just because, I don't know. If I wanted to see a parody of something I didn't like to begin with, I wouldn't want to have to sit through more than 8 hours of having to read through all that dialogue to get to it, to get to the point. To me, the payoff's just not worth it. But that's just me. Again, your mileage may vary, for sure. All right, let me catch up with chat here. Game leaves the files for you to restore in the folder. You just gotta plop them back in. Oh. Having played even some of them, you still thought it was awful, Gal? Interesting. Oh, you recommend reading the Wikipedia now. It should have made me play Number 7 first. No, that's okay, guy. We don't have to play Number 7. We don't have to play that. The first chapter is terribly boring. Yeah, I mean, to me, most of the game was boring. I mean, it's the end too. Like, man, I'm curious how, because for some people, like, also your tech savviness with the computer is very. I mean, I know they give you literally gives you instructions about how to delete her character file. But I'm sure a lot of people probably never even get to that point. At this point, what someone was saying, like with Soylent Green, probably it's been spoiled so much that people probably know about it. But I imagine if you were still going in blind, I can imagine some people perhaps never doing it. Maybe there's a point in the dialogue where the character says, "No, seriously, Monica actually says, actually go ahead and do this." Yeah, and it does have a puzzle. I appreciate that. I know there's probably something more going on with the poems than I was noticing, but that was still to me kind of pretty boring too, because except for the 7th poem, all the other ones were just repeating the same, word bank, same words to choose from. And it's not even a poem if you stringing 20 random words together. It's not even writing a poem. Oh, Hotel Dusk actually has gameplay. Writing is too ham-fisted to pull off what it wants to do. Oh, yeah, right. And it excuses itself. Yeah, and it kind of pulls off some of the same tricks. And also, like, I also say, I mean, it's one thing to parody, like, the visual novels, which, sure, fine, go have at it. I don't know how I feel about the whole depression, suicide elements. Like, I mean, that's pretty, like, serious stuff. And if you're gonna do that in, like, a game that parodies it and makes that lighthearted, you either have to turn that on a dime and then handle it extremely carefully, or just don't go there at all. BPN, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Thank you very much, BPN. Welcome. We just finished Doki Doki Literature Club a few minutes ago. Wolf Rogue, thank you for the follow. Okay. Hope everything went well. Did you finish? I guess since you went this long, BPN, I'm guessing you may have finished NCA Final Four. So anyway, I mean, yes, I know they had the warnings. There were the warnings going into the game. I mean, people easily disturbed and so on and so forth. But I don't know. I still don't think that's in good taste. I don't think you can really have real commentary about depression and like suicidal thoughts and stuff while also making it a parody. Like I think you got to be. I don't think you can really. It's really responsible to do that at all. Like I can imagine some people who really do struggle with that, they would have. I don't know. This game could like hit them in a raw, not good way. So that kind of like behind all of the whatever visual novelty parasites, that part actually kind of I don't know, I guess I'll have to think about it, but that kind of left me feeling a little unsettled and even made me a little uncomfortable continuing to do, like, you know, Yuri's Russian voice and all of this, like, when they're also trying to talk about those issues. So I even felt like, should I be trying to treat this, maybe I should be dropping kind of the silly over-the-top voice acting I'm doing here, because the game all of a sudden is getting like real with real shit. But then it was clear that the game was also having fun with it, so I'm like, okay, I guess I could kind of keep doing this, but it was a little sort of uncomfortable, I'll be frank about that. Yeah. So anyway, sorry. That's another angle I didn't really comment on while the game was going on, but I think it's worth talking about too, worth addressing. Let's see, the words you picked in the poem segments determine which scenes you saw in the game. Images of them jumping show which member liked the word you picked. Oh, I see. Yeah, I didn't even see them jumping around. I wasn't even paying attention to that. In the first loop, you mainly picked salary words, so you got her scenes. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, wow. So I guess that affects what path you have in the game. Interesting. There are a couple of other alternate endings. One means playing it all over again, so forget that. Oh, geez, really? Okay, I'm glad we didn't get that one then. Some are pretty quick and easy to get. Wiki will explain them. Oh, yeah, okay. We should definitely take a look at that then. Did we get... I guess we got a good ending, right, though? Did we get... Is there a best ending? I don't know if that would even exist in a game like this. If you remove Monica from the start, so where he says something like, is this all there really is? And kills herself right away. Holy shit. Wow. That's crazy. Depression, suicide stuff is very much in line with some of the media it's parroting. Really. Oh, and thank you for the congrats, BPN. There are a lot of games that do either the meta thing or cutesy to her twist, so you can't like this a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of worry about that, because I know there are a lot of people that legitimately, you know, suffer from depression, and like to be kind of making light of it with all this other stuff going on, like, I don't know, it just doesn't really sit well with me there. I don't think you can really, I just don't think it's in good taste to kind of do that, you know. There's a scene later where a background poster was replaced with Cyrus. Oh my god, Jesus. It's not good. Like, imagine if you were playing this too and you had like, I don't know, a close family member or friend or whoever that actually did kill themselves, and maybe even by hanging their, like, who knows, right? Like, and then you see like the game make light, like, how are you, you know, how would you feel like with that, right? Like, it's, just do not think it's in good taste at all. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, BPN looks like you made a lot of great progress. Nice. Yeah. You warned in Discord Zero that there would be a price paid. It couldn't be taken back. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be fair, Kitty, yeah, there is a warning label, but at the same time, it's not like that gives you sort of full license to go. I mean, whatever. You can do what you want, right? It's a free country. You can create whatever game you want, but just because you give like a disclaimer at the front, like, I don't know. I guess try to have some consideration or something. I don't know. I mean, because there was the disclaimer, I knew there was going to be more to the game than it appeared. Because, I mean, it appeared, you know, to be all like, oh, cutesy and da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm like, all right, well, clearly, if they have to give a disclaimer, I mean, how many games have I played with disclaimers up front? I could probably count on one hand, so that, yeah. Best ending for games coming down every route and like all of the GGs. So how many, does anyone know, how many endings are there? I guess we can find out on the wiki page. Oh, I didn't... Wait, so if any of my images got deleted... Didn't all the images get deleted? I thought. There's a best ending if you see every scene by reloading old saves before you see death scenes, which lock you from going back. Oh, right, because then they clear out... They remove all your save files. Right. It's totally normal. Don't look any info on it. Yes, and then you know what's coming, right? And people, you know, even people here were, without being explicit about any actual spoilers, were actually saying, oh, you know... There's a big hook, so, you know, you just kept on waiting for it, so... Obviously that undermines the game somewhat, but probably at this point, anyone who would play the game will have heard of it, and it's going to be null for that reason, so it's probably more or less unavoidable. I mean, even this, like, how many free PC games only end up getting such market penetration? Like, probably most people who played this probably played it because they heard about it from someone else, or, you know, it was memed, or whatever YouTubers played it, right? So, like, you know, going in, probably anyone, that this is notable and has, like, a big twist, so to speak, in it. You're not offended, Snatcher? Yeah, well, no, that's good, but probably not everybody, probably not everybody in that situation. You know, some probably might be, or not even, it's not even a question of being offended, because I don't think offended is really the right thing. It's just like, you wouldn't want that to send, I just wouldn't want people to be sent to like a bad place as a result of this, treating it that way. That's all. Yeah. All right, we'll take a look at the wiki too, because I think we'll have time for that, but let's get through all the other post-game stuff. So the game was 8 hours, so let's give out 8 Cedrics. We got 8 Cedrics for the end of the game. Oh, I should have also given out 5 Cedrics too for getting the puzzle too. So I'll give a few there as well. It's a streamer reaction bait type game. Oh, so people want to see the streamer's reaction to it. Meaning? Interesting, yeah. Again, I'm just trying to think how my reaction may have been different had I played other, you know, standard dating sim visual novel games, that's all. Yeah. Oh, but is it more for jump scares when you're not expecting it? Because, yeah, you don't think, oh, it's not a horror game. Oh, by the way, so that's why, for those of you who saw on Discord, before I started the first stream of this on, when was it? I guess Sunday, right? I was laughing because I was saying, oh, look, I posted the screenshot that Twitch actually carries the horror label for this game. And I was just saying, oh, yeah, this is like a horror to play, not actually thinking it was a horror game. But, yeah, I guess it turns out in some ways it is. So that was an apt descriptor. That it would be different. Okay. The dating aspect was made to be pretty bland. Okay. Fucking the shocked. Yeah. Right. Yeah. All right, cool. So let's head to our... All of that said... I mean, look, the game's doing something right by the fact that, look, we're talking about it for so long after the game ended. So there's... You know, even if you hate the game, and I can certainly understand why... at the very least, it does something interesting, so I can at least respect that. It did something interesting, and it's not your, you know, cookie cutter type game, which I fear is all too common these days, right? Every game is just, most games are like, you know, any other game, right? So this is at least went and did its own thing, so it had like the courage to do that. Now, whether executed in the right fashion, that's where the debate can come in, but I at least appreciate for that. All right, so let's head to our Hall of Adventure. Bookcase number 2. Oh, we already gonna ding? Oh shit, I never added this thing? Oh, whoops, I never updated this thing. Okay, hang on. We got to, apparently I forgot to do this after we finished Scratches. Oh my god. For some reason, Scratches seems like forever ago. For better or for worse. Probably for better, because... Ugh. That was a bad taste in my mouth, Scratches. You know what really seems like forever ago? Our last good game, Tales of Monkey Island. That seems like a long time ago. Alright, yeah, so let's add Doki Doki Literature Club right over here. Add it to our shelf. Somewhere here. I'll fit that in better later. Boom, there it is. Game 289.